has been labeled by many as one of the least business-friendly states in the country. What are the 2 to 3 specific pieces of legislation that you would want to see passed by the state legislature to improve our local business climate?
Well, we have to cut the red tape in California because it is absolutely choking our ability to attract businesses, keep businesses, create a stable environment where risk is understood, risk is mitigated, so people are willing to invest, to expand their operations and to employ. When I went with the EDC and the North County Chamber, our 2 sponsors here tonight, to Texas, I asked those companies, many of whom had come from California or had operations in California that they were cutting back on while they were expanding in Texas, what were you looking for that you didn't find in California? They complimented us on our weather, but they said that the taxation and the regulatory burdens are so great that we really can't make it worth our investment, and so we want to come here and we are expanding here. They have laid out some pointers for us. First, we have to do something about the tax codes and regulation, most importantly CEQA, and just how convoluted and litigious that process is. They also said we have to do a better job with our workforce. We have to have students graduating from our schools with the skills they need to compete in a 21st century economy. That is why the mayor has to be actively involved in education reform. And there are a number of ways for us to do that. Clean and safe schools by putting more police resources into our school districts and working with them collaboratively, after-school programs, arts and culture programs to develop the discovery and the creative side of the mind. But the workforce is going to be key. But I would end on this, which is people always complain about the state of California being the problem. There are people still doing business in the state of California. They're in Silicon Valley. They're in other parts of our state. And so the question becomes, how do we make San Diego the most innovative and competitive economy in the state of California? And let's grab those investment dollars and those jobs. And then, as I mentioned before, we have something that other parts of the state of California do not have. We've got the border. We have that competitive manufacturing opportunity with the mega region, and I intend to maximize that to reposition us even within the state of California.
Thank you. Congressman?
Well, you know, the mayor is going to have enough problems without having to worry about Sacramento, and you know, we'll make some recommendations to that. But let's look at several things that the mayor can do right here at home. Certainly, people complain about the streamlining of our processes and permit processes, and I will, in fact, we will have in the Filner administration a fixed timeline for each kind of permit that is granted, for example, so people know with certainty how many days, in some cases months, that they will get their permit, a certainty. And we have to have a culture of yes at City Hall, not a culture of no. So we will streamline that process, and in fact, we will have a fixed fee schedule for those permits, because right now, people have no certainty about the fees. They may be charged thousands and thousands of dollars just because the city took hundreds and hundreds of hours to approve the permit. So I want to have a fixed timeline for permits, fixed fee schedule, give people the certainty that they need. Most businesses can work almost with anything as long as they know what is going on. I do agree with Carl on the fact that the business climate is more, though, than just your regulatory scheme. It has to do with, are we attractive as a city in terms of our quality of life? Are we attractive in terms of our quality of education? A walkable, livable city is what people are looking for. A metropolitan city where there can be, for example, public transit, where there are mixed-use neighborhoods where people can walk, where culture and art are esteemed as they are at the La Jolla Playhouse, where the whole city understands that we have to appreciate this, and where public art plays a much more important role. So the quality of life, and of course our education system, K-12, as Carl mentioned, but also of course our wonderful university system. People come to San Diego because they know about UCSD and San Diego State, USD, and we got to keep those strong and active and aggressive.
Congressman, thank you. And you're first up on the next question. In your opinion, what does San Diego's global brand currently look like in the eyes of the international business community? And what do you want this brand to be under your leadership, and how will you get it there?
So the global brand is what your first?
The global.
Okay. I mean, I think you know, we have a very appealing brand. I mean, nobody obviously can argue with the weather or with the incredible facilities, the programs, and I know the former president of Qualcomm is